but he's selling the Cobra. What an absolute ripper.
1, 2, 3.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Seth and you're watching 252 Squad, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something sad but going over a giant recap of Sean's Procharged 1997 Cobra project. We picked this car up almost a year ago at this point, pretty much, as a Procharged P1 SE kit 97 Cobra. It was fairly stock. The only thing that was really done was the Procharger kit on the car, and since then we've done quite a lot. So in this video we're going to be recapping everything, talking about the build, where it's been and everything with it, and how crazy this car really is, truthfully, and why it's no longer going to be on the channel anymore. So, like I mentioned, we picked this car up almost nearly a year ago. We picked it up right around the time that Mustang Week in Myrtle Beach was going on, and we got this car because Sean wanted a Mustang, and it was honestly super cheap. The goal of this car was to build a fun Mustang for less than $15,000, starting with a base Mustang Cobra that had the P1 SC on it that he got for sub $10,000. Just a little over $9,500 is what he purchased the entire car for, which was an absolute steal. Now, since purchasing the car, he has made quite a bit of modifications to it. So, starting off with the simple stuff and then moving on to the bigger stuff. The simple stuff is it now has a turbo guard on it, and then the blow-off or the recirculation valve is just open to atmosphere just to get it to, make some cool noises, make the Procharger sing. Further from that, it does have a radiator in it. We put a big SVE 3-core radiator in the car, something you didn't see on camera. Put a new harmonic balancer, the belts, everything. Bunch of maintenance as far as the Procharger system goes to keep it running healthy. We did put the car on the dyno right after he got it, and it made a little under 400 wheel horsepower, 385 wheel horsepower, but it was running into some cooling issues as far as the temperatures rising on the dyno, and so they weren't really able to do too much as far as dynoing goes. So that's why we upgraded the cooling system. It has a 170-degree thermostat in it, just a few little things to keep it cool, and honestly, it makes it work really, really well. Some more noticeable stuff that isn't in the engine bay, but you can kind of see, as you see these red things here, this car has a full set of Petters coilovers on it that we got from the guys over at Modify My Sting. These coilovers are absolutely amazing. I run coilovers on my new Edge, and I have the Rev 9s, and I can say that they work and they do what coilovers are supposed to do, but these coilovers, man, they're just amazing. They ride phenomenal. They give a good aggressive look to the car. It's completely lowered like it could be, but it looks really, really good, and overall wise, it makes it just, it rides so good. It handles like it's on rails. Moving on, as far as suspension goes, the entire front suspension is done. It has a BMR tubular K-member and control arms underneath of it. And so the front end, we took a bunch of weight off the front of it. I wish we had the video footage from that, but we never got around to doing that. So it does have a full BMR tubular K-member down there. Other than that, it's got some control arms in the rear and stock suspension as far as all the other stuff goes. But as far as it means, there's really not much stock left to it with all the control arms and bushings done. Everything underneath of it looks really good. Furthering on the underside of the car, something else that you didn't really get to see much on video. You probably saw the video of the rear diff blowing up, but it really didn't see any of us rebuilding it. It's kind of hard to see down there, but it does have a full SVE rear end assembly. So we took the 410s out, we went to a 355 in the back just to make it a little bit more drivable. With the power level that this car is at and with the T45, it honestly doesn't need the 410s in the back, and so just to get it to hook up on the street better, we went to 355s, and it gets way better gas mileage now too. Another small thing that you might not have noticed since we've got the car is the wheels. So we went with the Cobra R's. It had the original actual Ford Chrome Cobra R's. He just swapped for some SVE silver ones. I think the silver works better on the Pacific green. Just looks better, it's cleaner, and so he's got a 285 in the rear NT555 G2, and then in the front, it's got a 245 Sumitomo tire in the front, which I can tell you it runs out of front tire way too fast. That is one problem with it, is it does run out of front grip. So it definitely needs a bigger tire in the front, like a 275, and you can definitely go with a bigger tire in the rear, which he does. He has a drag pack for this car. He has a matching Cobra R wheel for the rear that has a 305/45/17 ET Street SS on the back, and that tire works really well on this car. But even without a tire on the back, he's running down the 8th mile, slipping the clutch, taking off pretty easy. The car's running, like I think it was an 8.9 at like 81 miles an hour, with him just babying it through the gears, not really getting on it too hard and just letting it cruise. Now, cosmetic wise, we really have not done much to this car because it looks so good as it is. The only thing it's done is a saline wing that we got paint matched. We actually paint matched that ourselves, and so it actually came out really well. Exhaust wise, the car has a set of Mac long tube headers, Mac mufflers, and then it's dumped right over the axle. So it's pretty much a full Mac exhaust just dumped right as soon as it comes over the axle up there. I'm trying to see if I can show you that right fast. You can see it right there, and then you can see more of that 8.8 right there, all the control arms, the coilovers right there. Everything underneath of this car is pretty much done, and so it works really well. This car does really good for what it is. I mean, it's not going to blow anything away by modern standards, but it is faster than my 6R80 car. So Gen 1 Coyote 6R80 car, this car is definitely way faster than that is. Yeah! And like I mentioned earlier, it came with the car, but it does have a Procharger P1SC on the car, and the fuel system is the original Procharger stuff. That is one thing we ran into with the car and is still having a little bit of an issue with, is the older style fuel system and fuel management isn't the greatest. It is a kit from, I think the kit was installed in 2003, so it definitely is older, and that has its problems. So it does run really rich. You can definitely tell it every time you get on the car. And other clips and stuff like that, I'll see if I can't find any. It black smokes really hard out of the exhaust. Tell it's running super rich. According to the wideband or the O2 gauge that is in there, it stays rich pretty much consistently, and it keeps it safe, but it also takes away some of the power that this motor and this setup can make. Other than that though, it's a really good ripper. This thing, like I said, about 15,000 probably completely totally into the car with the drag pack, the rear end, everything suspension wise. It is probably one of the best Mustangs for $15,000 I can promise you can get. I bought my S197, my silver 6R80 car, for a little bit less, but I can tell you it does not feel or act the way that this car does. This car is absolutely insane, and I think it is probably one of the best Mustangs you can probably get for the money. And that leads into where the car is going and why it's not going to be on the channel and why you haven't seen very much of it. If you know, Sean just picked up a brand new Grabber Blue S650 Mustang. We're getting ready to tune it and do a few other things with it, and that means that this has to go because this is costing money, insurance, payments, everything like that. And unfortunately with the S650, we need something to get rid of to make more content. And this car has played its course. The views and everything aren't really doing too well. Sean's had his fun with the car. No real need for two fast manual Mustangs currently. So it's time for it to move on. And as of this recording, there's a buyer on the way to come look at the car, to purchase the car. We've had it up on Facebook for a while, so probably the last day. Yeah, it's overall definitely pretty bittersweet. The car is really crazy and it's super fun to drive, but like I said, Sean's had his fun with it. We took this thing to pits. We've done quite a bit with the car. I mean, he's probably put a couple thousand miles on it in the ownership, lots of maintenance, lots of mods, lots of everything to the car. And I mean, it's just so good. But the thing is, it's time to move on. There's times when you just want a different chassis, you want something new. We have the New Edge still, so it's a very similar setup and we're building that car. And so it's just one of those things where it's just like the New Edge and the SN are so close that like the content's so close, and the 650 is something we haven't got, and so content is just easier to make on that. And like I said, he's just over the chassis. It's a great chassis, but over time, you just want something new, and the 650 just feels new and fun. And so even though this car is crazy, wants to rip your face off, it's just time for a change. And I think it's gonna be a good change. I do love that car. That car is amazing. I just drove it over here and it just was like, dang, I really like this thing. But at the same time, sometimes it's just time to change things up. And it is nice when you can get most of your money back out of it. And honestly, it's just hard to say, you know, where this thing's gonna be in a few years. It is older and needs a lot of money in a fuel system and then retuning and everything to get it to make more power, and then you run out of motor. and the S650 chassis and the platform that is really broad. I mean, he can make more power to the wheels with just E85 and a tune than what this makes boosted, and so it just has that anticipation and that enticement to it. And so it's time for a change, and I think it's gonna be a good one. So overall, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for today's video and the last video with the Procharged 97 Cobra. It is sad, like I've said, but the content on the 650 is gonna be great. I mean, I'm enjoying that car just as much as I enjoy this car. So, I mean, overall, it's gonna be good. But I thank you for watching. I thank you for watching the series on this car. If you watched the whole way through and have gone back or watched it or anything like that, thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of y'all's day, and I hope you don't miss the Cobra content too much. But yeah, guys, have a great day. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one. You know it's good when you freshly acquire a car and then you go swimming afterwards directly. Hey, yo. Yo, is that a Procharged Cobra? That's wild.